Remember the lines of bullshit we would feed our teachers like in fourth period? Like, oh, we got a away game today, so we actually have to leave. I can't believe. Did they just not care and they're just like whatever, or did we actually fool them?
I don't know. It's
when
amazing
school
to me if you think about it, because there was email back then. It's not like we lived, where there was, they were kiting pigeons across campus to get the memo across. I mean, there's email, so it was like
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or possibly for the first time.
Here we are. We
Episode 401.
Episode 401 if you're keeping score at home on the ones and twos. The Chipmunks and the Cern Sluts are certainly keeping score. We just surpassed a milestone of some sort. I mean, I don't know too many podcasts fucking putting out 400 episodes.
No,
so
I can't think of too many.
At least we know we have 400 listens, hopefully. What if somehow we had less than 400 total? Like, we could even get one person to listen. Like, we're not even listening to our own thing. But anyway, we were just discussing the type of person who purchases a wheat bagel, like from the grocery store. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like, a bagel is, are they? Is that consider? It's not. I wouldn't consider it a health food. It's not necessarily bad, but it's not necessarily good for you. It's just a different. It's sort of like bread. It's just a different vehicle.
It's a little, it's a carbohydrate. So I think in the morning it's like a good pick me up. Yeah, I think if I remember from my health class days in college, I think carbohydrates are a great morning food because that's kind of what your brain kind of goes off.
It's a little bit faster,
metabolized,
faster burning. I think the unhealthy piece of a bagel comes when you fucking slather on 4 ounces of cream cheese, or you throw some egg, cheese, bacon, and shit on there, and try to call yourself a sandwich.
There's a guy I follow on Instagram called the #1 Guido. And he's like
you sent me this guy. He always wears a Yankees hat. He's like,
let
me tell you,
with the pinky ring and shit.
Yeah, he's like, hey,
fuck out of there. He's always putting on like a half a pound of cream cheese. I mean, it's like it's like more cream cheese than his bagel. I'm like, I love cream cheese, but that's a little too much for me.
In my opinion, there is such thing, and I've had a shit bagel before, but I don't know if you're out going bagels, but up in Petaluma, I sometimes go to a pool up there and I swim, and I was like, I don't know where I came across this place, but I found this bagel shop and I went in. Fucking great bagels. So I was all about it. Really good bagels. But I think they can go wrong when they get really carried away with I don't need the fucking cream cheese, cream pie fucking oozing out of the bagel on every which hole, It's too much. I don't need the cream pie out of both the holes.
I do like to have a good amount, but I don't need 3 inches. I don't need the whole entire Philadelphia cream cheese container on one bagel.
No.
I mean, I'm sure I know he's not, but if the #1 Guido was listening right now, he'd send us we'd actually get an email with light up and he'd be hating on us for
a free hat.
Yeah.
No. No chance.
No, I got a pick with you. You California people don't know what a bagel is or something.
Fucking get out of here with where they put the cream cheese on and they basically like scrape it off. So the only cream cheese is basically in the little nooks and crannies of the bagel. I'm not with that either. I want some substance of cream cheese on there, but I don't need so much.
No, I mean at that point, I'd rather just take a spoon and just eat the fucking cream cheese myself, right out of the container.
Yeah. That, and then I don't know if this makes me bougie or not, but we've gone fully on the whipped cream cheese. Have you had the whipped versus the regular one?
No. I mean, yes, actually I have.
It just spreads a lot easier, and it's a little more, it is whipped, so it's a little more airy.
Okay.
It's not as I feel like
dense.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not as. The reason why I like it is it's not as dense, but actually the application of it doesn't maul your bagel if it's too, when you're trying to spread it on and it's too like too cold. Yeah, totally mauls the bagel up. But
I do like, so I'll usually everything bagel is usually my go-to bagel.
Same. Everything bagel with. Now, do you fuck around and get some, if you go to like a bagel shop, do you fuck around or just get the regular cream cheese, or you try to get one of these fancy green onions or veggie or something?
I usually just do regular cream cheese. Now, a chive cream cheese is fine.
I fuck with a chive.
And that's usually about where I go. That's usually about where I hover.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
my wife,
no need to go.
Or my wife, she would get like,
oh boy.
What was it? It was like a fucking sacrilegious. Oh, it was strawberry, or something pink. I can't remember. I think it was strawberry. It was some sort of flavor. Yeah. There was a pineapple one too in there. I couldn't believe it.
What?
Yeah,
pineapple. Is this at like Noah's Bagels or something?
I don't. Was that?
Is that from like Noah's?
No, it was from like Target or some fucking horseshit like that. I
forget.
Oh my God. I don't know. I remember like opening it up, going. I never looked at it. I saw the pink, and I was like, "Oh, this is the lox one."
Lox. Oh yeah.
I'm down with that one. That's another one. That's the third one on my list. I didn't think about it until I remember this mistake now. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Sweet." Spread it on. Took a bite. It was like, oh my! It was like an assault on my mouth. That was
yes. I'll get. I don't mind an onion bagel or salt bagel is also pretty good. Mm-hmm. Everything is my go-to. Everything with plain cream cheese. No need to go.
Yeah, if I got an everything bagel, we're going with plain cream cheese.
Yeah.
Now, if I have a plain bagel, then that's where I'll deviate.
I actually will. If the plain bagel is the only option, I will usually just kind of like pass on it. Like I don't mess with the plain bagel too much for some reason. It's just too plain, I guess. I don't know.
Enjoy plain
That's
bagel.
Just me.
I enjoy one. I enjoy the plain bagels. I mean, everything's usually what I go to. I don't usually. I mean, if there's been a few times where I'll do like if I'm in a bagel shop, they have like an Asiago or something like a little cheese bagel. I'll go with that.
Yeah, fancy.
Onion bagel. I like onion bagels too.
Okay.
I usually don't do the blueberries. I don't need
the fruit in the bagel. Bagel to me is a pure savory play.
If I'm going fruit, might as well just go with a fucking muffin.
Give me the blueberry muffin with the fucking strudel crumbly on top.
Yeah, there we go.
If I want the sweet, that's what I'll do. Well, this concludes our Chip and Stern Show Bagel Talk segment. Thank you for tuning in.
Get all your bagel needs.
Get all your bagel needs covered now.
We were talking about that.
Breakfast beverages.
The wheat muffin. Remember the wheat muffin? That was who buys the wheat muffin?
Or bran muffins.
Wheat
again,
bagels,
like
the bran muffin. Yeah, I forgot. Or it's like the oatmeal raisin cookie.
Yeah, like the point of having a fucking cookie is to treat yourself.
Yeah, I'm not going with the diet.
Eating raisins and oatmeal. Fuck right off with the fucking oatmeal raisin stuff.
The one that really makes me mad is if they I don't know how to explain it, but like where it looks smooth on top and you think it's a chocolate chip cookie, which in my opinion is my cookie. The chocolate chip cookie is
a classic. Yeah,
I usually don't really go too far off of that.
Yeah,
but then there's something that makes me so mad. I could kick a puppy if I think I'm going to buy or I'm going to bite into a chocolate chip cookie and it's a raisin.
And there's a raisin in there?
It's like my day is ruined. I might as well just go to bed. I might just spit
it
out.
They fucking deceived you is what happened. No one likes getting deceived. Yeah, just fucking call it a day, throw in the towel. Yeah, and the bran muffin, again, you're eating a muffin. It's if the brand part, I think, is it like a trick, like some mental gymnastics of like, oh, this is actually not bad for me. This is healthy because it has bran and it'll help me poop or something. I don't know. Drink some prune juice and get your fiber needs that way. Yeah. Like breakfast is not, of all the three meals, it's not like the one that leads with unless you're eating oatmeal.
You know, I don't even.
But I do.
Realistically, we talked about all the bagel stuff we eat. That's a rarity. It's usually if I do consume a bagel, it's right around lunchtime. Actually, like 11 o'clock.
Oh,
yeah.
a little mid-morning snack.
Yeah. So usually I drink coffee. Well, not usually. I do drink coffee basically from the time I get up all the way until about 11 o'clock. Then I'll switch to water and have some sort of lunch, and then I'll switch back over to coffee.
Yeah, the afternoon to kind of get you through the final push of work is sometimes necessary.
Yeah.
I've been I got I think it was around Black Friday. I sprung for one of those fancy espresso machines, like a Breville, like a proper with the tamp and the fucking. You gotta do it. I got
it's
a
like
scale.
A whole station,
yeah, it's a whole thing. Now I haven't been using it because it's kind of like, since it's warmer. I don't know. Maybe this is a weird thing about me, but because it's warmer, I'm like, I don't want like a hot espresso. Like, I don't want a latte
I'm with
drink.
You with that. I'm with you on that. I usually, like, as soon as, I mean, I drink iced coffee a lot anyway, but
Yeah.
realistically, I would say like April, when it really starts to warm up, hot is off the board.
Yeah, I mean, when it's 90 degrees, slugging down a fucking warm cup of coffee does not sound very appealing.
See, like my dad will sit there and be like, I drink coffee the way it's supposed to be drank. Hot. You know, I'm like, okay.
Okay, old man. You tell him I said that. Oh, man, Cerny. Well, you know, we had our fair share of hijinks in school. Mm-hmm. But this new trend that we came across on the Instagram. What is this? Let me make sure I have it right. Okay, there's a teacher's Reddit. There's a teacher subreddit, and there's a new game that kids are playing. So, you know, if you listen to the show, we've played our Eagle Beaks and our Shin Busters, and all sorts of the penis game. Oh my god, the penis game! I can't believe that one.
Yeah,
and so there's a new one here called Coin Boys. The Coin Boys.
Coin Boys.
So basically, these kids make all their decisions based on flipping a coin.
Yeah, they're probably the modern day Two-Face.
Yeah, a Harvey Dent of sorts.
Yeah,
but they're just in class and they're like, oh, you know, the teacher's like, oh, someone like, you know, come up, Johnny, come up onto the board to write up the problem. And he's like, hold on, I need to let the coin decide. And he fucking flips the coin. He's like, sorry, I can't go up. The coin said no. And then there's like 6 friends in the class that also are just doing the coin boy thing. So I don't know. I'm sure the shit that we were doing, our teachers thought we were fucking idiots, and we probably were.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that.
But we weren't flipping coins and doing shit like that. We were just goofing
tell
around.
The teacher no, you know, like, no, I gotta let the coin decide. Usually, I think most of our hijinks was on each other, and like, you know, I would still, you know, the teacher say, hey, come up here and do that. I think okay, yeah, you would go up there, maybe clown around going up to the board, but I would still do the task that was asked of me.
Yes, there was never insubordination and defiance was never really part of our shtick.
Yeah, insubordination. I feared the repercussions of having to report that at home, because it would be like,
oh yeah, that's a good.
There was consequences to be had that I didn't want to pay.
Word can make its way real quick to, you know, your dad who was teaching at the same school. Yeah. So it just probably at lunch, like within a period or two, it would probably make
it would be over the intercom too. Like, go to your dad's class. I'm like, oh, God. Like, no.
Well, coin boy. Like, we'll live by the coin, die by the coin.
Like, hold on, let the coin decide if I'm going there or not. Hold on, Dad, before you grab me. Gotta let the coin decide. Yes, heads, yes, tails, no.
Now, my guess is they're using a sort of run-the-mill, you know, your quarter, probably.
Yeah.
Now, what they really need is a coin of substance, like a Kennedy $50. Yeah. Silver dollar would be good. Or even better, some sort of foreign coin. Maybe some loonies or some toonies from Canada would be cool.
Or a pound, like a British pound.
Yeah, British pound or something. But yeah, so the Coin Boys. That's the new thing. So if anyone's heard of the Coin Boys, you gotta.
I
let us know.
asked the boys before I.
Oh
came to
yeah.
the office, and it was a no-go. What are you talking about? Coin Boys? Heads or tails? Flip it? Don't know. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Well, that's good. That's good. The kids are staying out of those type of crowds. The fucking Coin Boys.
I think in the subreddit they reference freshmen a lot, so I think that kind of fell in between both ages. Is what I was thinking. I say keep an eye out. Report back to me. I just need to know if. Yeah, I don't really give. I just need to know. I just need to know for my own personal well-being if these Harvey Dents are running amok.
Now that seems kind of. I think at least when we were freshmen, I felt like it was like let's stay in line here. We don't need to be drawing too much attention to ourselves.
I think maybe the safer the high schools have become, the more bolden, because
hubris. Okay, I
think you're right, because not that we lived in like fast times at Ridgemont High or anything kind of crazy like that, but there was. The paddles. There were some paddles. They used to walk around with the paddles in their backpack from wood shop.
Oh, that's fuck.
And the duct tape.
You would. I think I don't remember really ever hearing of anybody that got like duct taped up or paddled or whatever or fucked around. But it was just like
I did. There was a couple of them, but they were the ones that mouthed off.
Yeah. So just keep your mouth shut, keep your head down, and just go to fucking class or whatever.
There was a guy in our baseball team, only for the first 2 years. I think he got duct tape or paddle or something. He played football, but he was.
I think the football players,
he was in the locker room, and I think he ran his mouth, and then they decided,
was he left-handed?
No.
Okay.
Maybe he was. Actually, I think he was.
Was he a pitcher?
Yes.
Okay. And he got kind of kicked off.
He used to throw a lot of balls in the dirt.
Yes. Yeah, okay. We're talking about the same person.
Okay. Now. I couldn't remember. I was like, maybe he was. I couldn't remember what he was.
Yeah, he was definitely left-handed. And he got kicked off the team because he talked back to the coach. The coach said something to him, and he goes, now, I forgot.
First of all,
you listen.
Yeah, first of all. And he's like, oh, wait. First of all, you could pack your shit and get out of here. I was like, oh.
I was like, whoop.
I think I was in the cages. I think you and I were in the cages. We were all the way down there.
We were fucking around over there.
Station. Like, what the hell? Staying up here.
Now, I don't know about you, but Little League World Series is on now, and I think there's like a look that the players that Little Leaguers have now. It's just like very, I guess, flashy's the best word for it. They got the big fucking stunner shades. They're rocking the crazy eye black.
Yeah.
Everyone's got gloves.
What are those shades? Are they Vipers or something?
They're can't remember. Pit Vipers or some
kind of shit like
some shit like that. But they look like they took them from fucking Macho Man, Randy Savage. And it's like basically the Bryce Harper look kind of is sort of what's popular.
Yeah, I think you're right. There is remember we played a guy in high school. I think he played for Granite Bay. Remember, he spent more time accessorizing than actually working on his game. He had the look down. He had every sweatband known to man and the glasses. And
he was like a shortstop.
Boomer, I think they call him.
Boomer. What a fucking that was for a shortstop, though. I think that's part of the position, or at least when we were in high school. The shortstop was he had to be the most bedazzled out of everybody.
Bedazzled, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, we just spent, because we spent so much time on the bench, we just had nothing but time to retape our bats, fucking shine our cleats up.
Oh, yeah.
Spit seeds, spit chewing tobacco, all sorts of stuff.
Lots of horsing around, but not accessorizing.
No. Lots of shit talking.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we would print out the one-liners to shout off at other teams?
This is pre-smartphone, everybody. This is when everyone had the Nokia brick, so you had to print out your shit.
You had to print your material to bring it to the dugout. And we would go around and we'd pass sheets out to the boys, to Joe and then everybody, here's the shit talking. Oh, man, those were... I'm surprised that we didn't get it anymore. That we didn't ever get any fucking tussles.
I know. It was always close, but it was never really like...
We just went right up to the line, and then we sort of never
crossed. I think the coaches we had, like Mayo, I think he kind of, kept us in line. Like, he would let it go until it was starting to become an issue, and then he'd be like,
yeah, then he
put it away.
Yeah, he knew where to.
He'd been around long enough. He knew when it was going to start getting out of hand.
And I mean, I think the fact that we were making them laugh on a regular basis with just the fucking shit that will come out of our mouths was just pure entertainment for them. And plus, when you're winning, you can kind of get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you're good.
When you're losing,
it's really,
not so much. When you're winning, it's like, let them have fun.
Now, if you're like, 5 and 10 or something in high school, it's like, hey, why don't you shut your fucking mouth and go hit in the cages or something instead of running your mouth all the time? But, we didn't have.
I remember. So there was one thing that always is still stuck in my mind today, and we remember that I think it was our junior year. We tied with that one. Was it Rio Americana or whatever that high school was? We tied. Remember, it was like our first.
Oh, it was like
game.
Preseason game or something. We okay, yeah.
And
that was our first like varsity game. I think.
Yeah,
right.
It was our very first one. And we tied. I
remember being kind of nervous for that one. It was at Rio, right? In their shitty ass field.
Shitty ass field.
And the fucking wasn't the. Like the light, it was like before daylight savings or something. Got really dark, really quick.
Yeah,
or some
yeah. It was
that,
like,
right?
and it was like in a neighborhood, back of a fucking neighborhood or something. It was weird. But
that's right.
Like the foul balls were going into people's, backyards.
Backyards.
Like, what the fuck? But I remember like we tied, and we're sitting there, and I remember the coach huddled up, like, "Oh, the tie." It's like kissing your sister. And I remember thinking, like he had lost me at that point in time. It stuck in my mind because I was like, what? A tie is like kissing your sister. What
like,
the
how is that?
I was like, how's that?
That's an L, coach.
I don't remember anything else he said after that because I was like in my mind going,
You're just like, what?
How could he attribute that? Where's he going with this? Because I was like, that's all I could think about for the rest of the time. Even because we rode the bus, on the bus ride home, I was like, it's like kissing your sister. I was like, I don't fucking know what he's talking about.
How's that a tie?
How is incest with a tie? Like, what the hell?
Well, but we put on a real hot streak after that one. I think we probably won out.
Maybe it was like I don't want to.
Yeah, I was like, can't be kissing my sister again. Can't be kissing the sister. Got to turn this thing around. But yeah, that was a good. That was a fun season of baseball. I think that sort of memory will be locked in for a while. Speaking of which, I think the next year will be the 20th anniversary of that year.
Oh wow!
Fuck! I think they're trying to do a little get together. Yeah. I've been looped in on it. And then they're like, everyone's asking, they're like, oh, what about CERN and Joe and stuff? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll handle the comms to these fucking clowns. I'll handle comms. I'll handle comms there. But, yeah, that'll be 20 years.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow,
I don't know if I really do. Do you really need to see what value am I going to bring from this reunion?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know.
The only thing would be like, compare yourself. Yeah. It's like, okay, am I doing better than these people? Like, okay, we got a used car salesman, the guy's still working at Verizon. What does all this look like? Everyone has their kids and shit now, so I think that would be kind of the whole interesting piece.
Yeah, I don't know. If it's like on a Friday or Saturday, no way.
Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I think I'm probably feeling done with the like general like graduation reunions because I guess our 20th year is coming up in a few years on that one too.
Oh yeah, 2 more years. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, again,
something like that. I'll only go if you guys decide to go. If you're like, I'm sitting it out, then I'm sitting.
You know what's going to happen is your wife is going to be like, "Yeah, we should totally go," even though your wife has nothing to do with our high school, but she just probably is interested to see from like a fascination standpoint on like, oh, what does everyone look like, and who were you in class with? I'm like, anyone that I have any interest in keeping in contact with, I'm already in contact with. So, yeah. So, I'm not like up at night like, oh man, what happened to like, Susie Jones?
Yeah, I know.
I wish I knew what fucking Susie Jones was up to these days. Yeah. So
no.
I do some Facebook, Instagram stalking every once in a while just to see. But my wife keeps better track of that stuff. Like, and she likes following the I don't know if train wreck is the right word, but like, the people who are interesting to follow. She's like, oh my God, look at so-and-so.
I texted her a few weeks ago about the Chris Hansen podcast.
Oh, yes.
I said, I know someone who would love the trashy shit. As I said, we used to watch Tool Academy with the fucking show.
Yeah.
With those crazy fucks.
What was that? Wasn't someone from our school on that show?
Ooh, I don't know. It kind of sounds
Remember,
familiar.
he was a curly-haired kid, and I don't know if he was a redhead, but he had lots of freckles, and he was kind of, he wasn't like a nerd, but he was kind of like in the skater. He was kind of like a skater guy. Fuck, what was, I don't even know his name, so he's safe. Maybe it wasn't Tool Academy. Maybe it was like Love Academy or one of those. What was the one with the magician?
I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember.
Fuck. But he was on that reality show. He was one of the first kids from our class that was like on this reality show. I think he got kicked out kind of early.
I can't remember.
What was his name? But his name was something like Patrick or, one of these kind of like run-of-the-mill sort of names. And he, I don't think he was like slang,
Dustin,
getting tons of some name like that. But I don't, fuck. My wife would probably know if we asked, but we're going to have to look it up now. But
yeah, we are.
Yeah, who was the guy? His name's like Mysterio, and he would wear a top hat. And he would basically like coach these guys up on how.
Oh yeah, I remember. I remember where he break the ice, kind of a fucking guy.
Yeah, but he was basically a fucking neckbeard, and he would try to be like, oh well, women love confidence, so you just go up and hey milady, kind of like with his fucking stupid hats and shit. I'm like, no one's talking to you when you're wearing that dumb fucking hat. Mysterio or whatever that guy's name
I swear it's Mysterious or something like that.
What is? Are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it because I remember.
What is this guy's name?
The show was like Ladies Man or God damn.
Fuck. This must have been 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I would say. It was on like a TLC or E or one of these. Not Rock of Love.
No, that was with the.
It was some like love.
That was with
magician.
Bret Michaels.
Love reality show. Just called Love? No.
The Pickup Artist. The Pickup
Artist. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. There we go. Okay. 2007. Okay. Oh my God. Look at this fucking guy. Not only, this guy was not picking up anybody.
I know.
What is this fucking guy's name?
I think it was it Mysterio? Or was the
so bad. Mystery. His name was Mystery.
That's what it is. That's right.
Fucking hell, man. Okay, first episode in 2007. Oh, the TV series. So his hat that he would wear was like a fuzzy black.
It's like one of those novelty hats we used to buy back in the day, like a gift shop at like Universal Studios, just shit like that. Yeah,
season 1 contestants. Let me see if any of these names ring a bell. I don't think so. Cosmo, Brady, Joe D, Pradeep, Joe W, Scott, Fred, and Spoon. No, Spoon. Okay, season 2. I think it's. Oh, okay. I found out who it was. Carl is his name.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes.
Is this ringing it?
This name sounds...
Carl made it to round 7. Wow, good job, Carl. Oh, he won the first 2 rounds. He was chosen as wingman, and he had immunity. But then he was eliminated. in round 7. So we almost made it to the finals. Nice job, Carl. He went to school with us, right? He did. I will.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now.
Do you know who?
Yes.
Do you know who this is?
Yes, I
now?
do. Yes, I
okay.
do.
So that was the only.
He wasn't.
He was a cool. Like I remember.
He was like.
I had no problem. It was like I had no issues with this guy. He was every time I saw him, he was nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, I don't
yeah.
remember. The pickup. That maybe that's fine for him because he was actually. I think he was a nice guy.
Oh, also known as the broken-hearted kid. His only girlfriend broke up with him and broke his heart.
I would like to know who that is.
Yeah, we probably know them.
Yeah, I would like to know.
Oh wait, I misspoke. He was eliminated in episode 3. So,
okay, yeah, I know that kid. Yes, he was actually a good guy.
Yeah, the guy who was eliminated in episode 1, Alex. He's 22, also known as Women Think He's Gay.
Oh no, that's what he's known as.
That's his that's his what he's known as. He's a virgin who lives with his parents.
What kind of name is that? I mean, it's like the women think he's gay. I mean, that's his name. Like the broken-hearted one. I guess that sounds like like you have a
the broken-hearted kid. Like that
that's
kind of
the
makes
title,
sense.
or like
there's the
Mr.
the
Shy.
strikeout king.
Okay,
the strikeout king. Then the girl's best friend. Then the guy who kissed a girl.
Should have been like okay, so like. Maybe if they ever bring this back, maybe you and I can sit there and okay, the girl's best friend. Okay, let's change that name to Friend Zone. Like, we'll just make it catchy, like
yeah, we'll zhuzh it up a little bit,
Women think
I don't know if
gay.
That's a tough one. That's
a lot of syllables too, so that's what I'm having a problem.
It is wordy. It's a mouthfeel. I see why they eliminated him in episode 1.
Get a better tagline, buddy.
Yeah, he didn't have a good.
When you sit in your mom's basement, get a better tagline. Come back next year.
And a virgin as well. Call him like Vinny V Card or some shit like that. What's his name? Alex. Oh my God, his full name is Alex William Shelley. Well, first of all, if you're rolling with 3 fucking names, no wonder you're a virgin with that kind of stuff. Condense that shit. Just go with Alex, or you don't need to have the double first name thing first.
Yeah, I got that.
We didn't have any other reality stars that I know of.
Not that I know of either.
That I saw. What other famous? We know we had the one lady who posed in Hustler, Centerfold Hustler.
Yeah, she was quite the star.
Yeah, her star crashed fairly quick. I don't think she's still around. I would doing work like that. I don't think so. We'll have to
Maybe
do more
she's
research
directing
later.
I'll have to research her later on.
Oh yeah, she went to the producer side. And I think there was one guy who, there was always a couple people in high school somehow convinced their parents to sign off when they were 16 to get a bunch of tattoos and shit. And he was in a band. I think he traveled with Paramore or some kind of somewhat famous band. He was one of their lead guitarists on their touring.
Oh, he's your.
He had a spiky mohawk. He always
Zach,
he wore eyeliner. Yeah, Zach, I think his name was.
Yeah, I think he was. He was. I think he was really good at.
He was pretty good. I mean, I would assume, if he's touring with that, he definitely had the look in high school and everything there.
Yeah, he did. It was the classic if you
it looked like he's in Fallout Boy
today,
or
I guess, but of that time period, he looked like some 41 or fucking Blink.
Yes, he had black dyed hair that was always just spiked up. He had gauged ears, tattoo sleeves. Always wore cut off things his sister's jeans, the studded belt.
Yeah, he had the look.
And all that was the look.
He was gonna go pick up Avril Lavigne after school.
Yeah, they were gonna. He was the skater boy.
Well, you got it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, and then you have us, a couple of broadcasting legends,
full of laughs.
Full of laughs. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Full of lofts. I would. Do we ever? Oh, this. Speaking of high school, remember during the 4th of July, we were trying to look up if my math teacher had passed away or not. Because
yeah.
The back of the napkin math that we were crunching, it just didn't seem possible that he was still alive.
Oh yeah, there's no way.
But we tried to look him up, and we couldn't find anything.
Did you get it?
I haven't.
Oh, I was like, you have some results.
No, I don't have the results. I'm just bringing this up. We did find his son. You found his son, right?
Yeah, that's right.
He went to some like UNR or something like that, but we couldn't remember what his first name was, which probably,
Oh, you know what? I don't know either. And I think I asked my dad, and he was like, I don't remember.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, okay.
That's fair.
Because
I
had him for 2 years.
He must have had an old...
I had him
Wait, you had him for 2 years?
Yeah, I had him for integrated math 1 and 3.
But I had him 1 year, but maybe
you and I were never in his class together.
Never in that. Oh, that would have not.
He had a
that
problem.
Would have not happened.
He had an issue. Like, he used to get mad. Like, remember he had that rule, like, if you weren't sitting with your stuff out by the time the bell rang, like, you were tardy. Because I remember, like, having to explain to my dad a couple of times. He's like, what? How are you tardy? I was like, I'm not really tardy. Because my class was all the way, and I'm not saying like you and I didn't.
Right, you didn't like sprint from class to class.
Get away, Chip! I got a minute before Mr. Grade marks me tardy.
Sorry, I can't talk.
But it's like I'd be sitting there, but my stuff wasn't out. I'd be like, oh, you're not ready for class. You're supposed to be ready by the time the bell rings. I'm like, God damn, man.
He was one of these like just hard asses, just to be a hard ass.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, which is fucking nonsense to me.
Yeah, it was like, come on. I'm sitting here. It's not like I'm like, and it's not like he's like marker, like, staring at the clock. Okay, as soon as the bell rings, let's go. He was like sitting at his desk with his, playing Mozart with his fucking lights dimmed, and it's like, come on, dude.
That's right.
He always made you sit in the front.
He would have his, he wouldn't let you wear hats into class either.
That's right.
You had to take that shit off.
I even had a discussion. Remember, I argued with him because in baseball, remember they wanted you to wear the hat as kind of like, hey, like, especially if you had a big game, it was like for thing like, hey, wear it. So I'd have it, and then he'd be like, no hats. But like, okay, but I'm supposed to wear this. Like, not in my class. I don't care what goes on. Fine, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. Remember the lines of bullshit we would feed our teachers like in fourth period, like, oh, we got a away game today, so we actually have to leave. I can't believe. Did they just not care and they're just like whatever, or did we actually fool them?
I don't know. It's
when
amazing
was school
to me if you think about it, because there was email back then. It's not like we lived, where there was, they were kiting pigeons across campus to get the memo across. I mean, there's email, so it was like the thought process is like they couldn't send out say, hey, release all baseball players at X time. It was just like, hey, tell your fourth period teacher, this is where you got to go. So it's like, well, I'm going to tack on an extra 15. Yeah.
I need a little bit of buffer time because I don't know, instead of sitting through fucking science, I'd rather sit in the locker room and shoot shit with Cerny.
Yeah, mine was actually, it was Spanish with your now wife.
Wow, yeah.
So we had that was our first class. That was our last class in freshman year.
What time would class get out? Like 2:30 or 2:45?
It was 2:35. I remember it was 2:35. So sometimes when we had to leave, it would be like you have to take the bus. Like sometimes we'd play like Placerville or something that was like an hour away or whatever on the bus. So it's like, all right, everyone.
Games at 3:30 or something, right?
Yeah. So it's like everyone's got to get out by like 1:45 to catch the bus or some shit like that to get there. Okay.
Yeah, but I'd be like, hey, I gotta leave at 1:15. Yeah.
It's in Passville. It's like an hour away. Like, okay, see you later.
Like, yeah, we're going up to play in Oregon today. Actually, we're driving too. So
don't be back tomorrow either.
And it wasn't. And do we have phones at that time, or that was more sophomore? I think we got phones in cars kind of around the same time as what it felt like.
Maybe I had it. We had the bricks, like the Nokia.
Yeah, but texting wasn't.
No, it was like you got like 100 or something. Remember, it was a small number. You got like 150.
You had to be very conservative with your text,
and it would charge you, if I remember correctly, it would charge you either you sent it or you received it.
Yes.
So if you were at the limit, phone's going off.
Just fucking power off, baby. And group chat wasn't even I don't even think it was technology. I wasn't even capable of.
I don't think so.
Even happening.
I don't think so.
But yeah, I mean, hey, Mr. Man, I had this science teacher.
Georgie?
He had black curly hair. Yeah, he was. He's a science teacher, so he's probably a little bit out there. I just think he just didn't care. I'm like, yeah, I got to go at like 1:15 or whatever. 30 minutes early to go. And then me and you would coordinate at lunch with whoever else. I'm like, okay, when are we leaving today? And like, oh, we're getting out of class at 1:30, and then we just meet and
so
we couldn't even get
1:45 is what the coach said. Okay, so 1:25. Yep, sure.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Sounds good. Meet you in the locker room because we couldn't even go to our cars and like hang out. So we had to go just hang out in the locker room, I guess, or just
anywhere was better than the classroom.
Anywhere was better. Oh man, those were the days. And then even like some practice or something, I think I remember kind of telling him a couple times we had.
I remember a couple times now that I think about it. So one of the problems we had was if we had to go in the locker room, we found out that, remember, one of our coaches was a PE teacher. So when we rolled in 20 minutes early, he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And you're like, "Oh, I thought you said, and he'd be like, we tried that. We thought you said 1:25. Yeah. And he was just like, no. But he was just kind of like, well, you're already here. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, what are we going to walk back to class? Like, he knows we're going to take 10 minutes to make a 5-minute walk back to class.
I will never make it back.
Yeah, I'm never making it back. Hit up maybe the lunch lady still had some of the
cheesy bread.
Miss Fields cookies. Yeah, cheesy bread's out. Oh, man, I can't believe the fucking trash we would put in our bodies and eat during lunch and go out and run around in the hot. And then I was wondering like why like had such bad acid reflux or like was feeling so shitty when you're just eating
this was at a time with Mountain Dew Code Red. Remember, that was a big thing.
Literally, I would have a Mountain Dew Code Red, a cheesy bread, which was nearly a full-size loaf, a French bread loaf with glorious cheese and garlic melted in there.
It was so good.
And then like a bag of Ruffle sour cream and cheddar chips.
Sour cream.
And then maybe split some cookies with their buddies.
Yep.
And that was like a lunch that you would get.
Oh my God.
Dude, eating that now, my stomach's hurting like even thinking about
Code Red. Remember they had like the Pepsi they had the blue one too, whatever I can't remember.
Max or whatever?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
Oh yeah, the Pepsi. I never was a Pepsi person, but the Mountain Dew, I was doing the Dew for sure.
Yeah,
probably just destroying every sperm cell in my balls.
Well, you have 2 kids, so you made it.
Yeah, it worked out. But yeah, we were just eating that. Was there even like a healthy option available to us?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe
there was like pizza.
Like, not outside, because remember, it was always a line inside the cafeteria, so we just always hit the satellite little pop-up cars they used to do, because it was always like...
Okay, so the regular cafeteria probably had more quote-unquote normal food, but it probably still wasn't. It was probably like that shitty bagged iceberg lettuce salad shit, and that's like with ranch on it or something.
Yeah, but there was always a lot of people, because remember, at this point in time, remember the first 2 years of our high school careers... Remember, it was just one lunch. It was just everybody got released and out at the same time. Then I think junior years when they started splitting it, A lunch or B lunch, which they still do in every single school now because they're talking about, what lunch do you have? I was like, oh fuck, I remember when. It was
it was everybody. It was just it was crazy that everybody. But I don't remember the split lunches.
I think that was
and then you would
A lunch, B lunch.
But then you would, if your friends were on that lunch, you would just like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And you'd just be gone for like 20. Just fucking. Basically, how can we spend the least amount of time in class?
Yeah.
Was the goal in high school.
And just trying to put one over. It's like, I think I can. I'm smarter than them.
The teachers had to be onto this shit.
Oh,
right?
I'm sure. I'm
They're
sure
not
they,
fucking
I'm sure
idiots.
they just pick their battles. Again, I
Yeah,
think
it's
it was
like-
I think we had. I mean, I know I had decent grades, so good grades. So it's like
That's true.
I'm not gonna.
We had
you
that
know
going
what?
for
If
us.
I had an F or something, I'm sure they'll be up my ass. Or if we were really like a jackass, but we
Yeah.
really didn't hurt anybody, just ourselves.
Yeah, we were just only hurting ourselves. So
we were only
they,
self-destructive.
yeah, that's fine. But yeah, and those are. Do you think your kids are up to the same sort of hijinks in high school, or are they just going with the flow?
So Jeffrey just started junior high, so he's still trying to figure
Okay.
out the whole moving
Yeah.
classes. And
But Zach, is he?
he's a junior. Yeah, he tries his shit. And I said, don't do that. You know, he'll do something. I'm like, don't do that. He's like, what do you mean? I said, bro, first off, I've done that, and I've done it better than
Stupid
you.
to you? Do I look fucking stupid to you?
I think I asked him that one day. One time I did ask. I said, you think I'm stupid, don't you? No. I said, no, you actually think I'm stupid.
You're the first person to think like, hey, I'm going to lie to the teacher and tell him I got to go to the bathroom, but I'm actually going to go hang out with my friends. You think you're the first person to,
Yeah.
to dream that up?
Yeah. There was one, it was, so they have Chromebooks now.
Oh.
So he is not allowed to have a Chromebook this year. I said, why are you not allowed to have a Chromebook? He's like, well, because my one last year broke. And I was like, it just broke? He's like, yeah. I was like, so it just broke and then they banned you? He's like, yeah. Well, in the 1 year before that, it broke too. And I was like, wait a minute, you had two broken? I said, okay, once, okay, I can get, but twice? It just broke.
How do you...
I said, it just broke.
Like, just, I was typing on it and the fucking screen just fell off the back. Like, what happened? How could this...
I said, how did it just break? I don't know. I said, I can guess. It's like, you just stuff in your backpack and you just throw your fucking backpack around and yes. No, I said, come on,
come on. Guess what? You're getting a laptop sleeve for Christmas.
But yeah, he tries some shit. I'm like, don't. I don't.
So did they use the Chromebooks in class?
Yeah,
like they're taking notes or?
Yeah, they take notes. They do like a lot of their like.
Can you go on the internet and fuck around the internet during class? Or they have that shit locked down?
I think they have it. I don't know. So Jeffrey has this thing. It's kind of odd. But so they have this thing called Yonder bags. So they like basically you put your phone in or something and they lock it. And it is locked throughout the whole day of school.
Oh.
And
so you can't text or anything.
No, it's basically locked in this bag.
What if there's an emergency? Like, what if you need to get a hold of your kid? You just call. You go through the normal channels.
They said.
You
call the school. We'll
the school. Them. Okay.
Fine.
Just like in the old days.
Yeah, there's some parents that because Robin's she's more friendlier. More friendly.
Yeah.
So
why even bring your phone to school if you can't even use it?
I think it's for after. Like I'll unlock it after. So you could text and stuff whatever after school. Now Jeffrey doesn't have a phone. He has a smart watch that I can kind of contact him with, but he doesn't have a phone.
Oh, which watch, by the way? My daughter's been asking for one of those. I'm trying to put it off.
I'll have to look. I forget. It's like one of the Verizon ones. It's like $10 a month.
Oh, okay.
It's like $10 a month, and they just basically
and they can. There's like pre-programmed, like you can call these people.
Yeah, he has like 5 people, so it's me.
Okay.
Mom, dad.
Yeah,
and then like Melanie, and then
okay.
I think he has one friend on there that he talks to.
Okay. But it's not like he could just plug in a number and be texting his friends on the phone or anything. Okay, it's pretty locked down.
And it's like, you can see where they are, where they're at, and map, GPS, and plus you could text them too, just send them a message and stuff. So he has to put his watch in there too, in a little Yonder bag or whatever.
Oh,
but he said that at lunch, people will get on their Chromebooks and play games and stuff. And I was like, well, there's a way, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we were doing the same thing. Yeah.
I didn't want to, because that's what Ron was like. Oh, they can get on the internet and play. And I almost went into a story about what you could get onto back in the day, but I was like, I'll go down to Davy Jones' locker with me.
Before, let's just say there weren't firewalls and anything like that.
Those are the salad days of the internet, where you could just grab at any point in time.
Yes, they probably their security was limited to blocking websites by name, so you just had to like think of the names of what it could be, and then if you didn't have that
like
blocked,
if it was like bigtitties.com, it'll block big titties. But
that would be blocked.
if you were looking at the whitehouse.com, that was always the,
Yeah, I was just wanting to see what the president, who was Secretary of State in 1998.
I want to see
whatever.
what the news was in the White House.
Yeah, which Bush is in office? All right, we'll end the show on that one. That was a good laugh.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, we'll see y'all next week. I'm Chip.
I'm certain.
Cheers.